is Wendy, and I'm the Chief Community Liaison here at Tokeativity, and I'm so excited today to be here with Fallon Keplinger, founder of Rose Glow Tea Room. Hi, Fallon. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I'm so excited, just to do this with you and to have this opportunity to kind of connect on a more personal level. I mean, I feel like just last week in setting up this interview, I learned some things about you and your day job, if you will, and that is so
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
So I love, just the opportunity to connect with our folks more. Do you want to introduce yourself and Rose Glow and kind of who you are and what you do?
Yeah. So my name's Fallon Keplinger. By day, I'm a middle school science teacher for special needs students, and my passion project is Rose Glow Tea Room. I make carefully blended tea infused with CBD.
Very cool. Um, and just because I know a little bit about this background, what led you to tea and, what I guess qualifies you to make these tea blends? Because I think that's really neat.
Yeah, so I was researching tea for a while. I started in like 2018, and I got the opportunity to become a tea sommelier through the International Tea Masters Association. So I just learned a lot about teas and different processing and regions, what to pair tea with, and it was a great experience.
Very cool. Tea
Mhm.
sommelier.
Yeah, and then in 2019, I went to Kyoto to I was on a tea farm for about 3 weeks. I wanted to learn the process from soil to cup, which
Oh
was
my
fun.
gosh, that is so cool. I mean, very much so relates to cannabis in a sense of, people get very much into that. And, I think there's something special that happens when you really follow that process from, seed to consumption or you grow your own. It's just, there's so much more connection there when you know that whole process. So I really love that that you apply that to tea and then bring that to the cannabis space.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
it's it's deepened my appreciation for sure.
Oh, love that. Now, did you study when you were studying your tea certification, did that have any connection to cannabis, or did you decide to, meld those two worlds on your own?
So it all started when my mom had an injury and I was making her edibles. She was prescribed a lot of opiates and she was worried about the side effects. I started making her edibles, but when she was well enough to go back to work, she needed something that she could have and function with. And she's an avid tea drinker, so I was just trying to think about how I could put CBD in tea and what tea would be the most beneficial to like the needs of a lot of people that are trying to work with pain. And so I just started reading about the benefits of CBD, and I had tried CBD before and I thought it worked great. So my goal was to just make some CBD tea.
I love it. And then did you right out the gate like try to do flavor profiles and things like that, or just infusing tea that your mom liked, or what really led you to like Rose Glow Tea Room and some of the magic that you create?
Yeah, so I pretty much pick teas I like. Um
Very
so
cool.
the name Rose Glow Tea Room was the name of a popular tea room in Washington D.C. in the 1920s and 30s. So I wanted to take something old from Washington D.C. And try to make it new again. And my rooibos tea, my breathe blend, I never had that tea until 2013 when my husband and I went to go visit some friends in South Africa where it's from, and it was like the best tasting thing I ever had. So
Oh my
it's like
gosh.
loved it since then.
Cool. And would you say that's your favorite flavor, favorite tea?
Yeah, I mean, it has so many benefits. Like when I was buying some to bring home, like It was people were talking about how it's so great if you have like menstrual cramps and any kind of muscle aches, and they are so right. And it's naturally caffeine free, so you can have it anytime you want it.
Right. Very cool. Um, do you foresee any like connection for yourself between like herbalism and what you're doing with Rose Glow to kind of really bring those, I guess, worlds of wellness together?
So yeah, I got an herbal certification, herbal study certification from the Maryland Institute of Integrative Health, and that kind of helped me learn more about like um medicine, folk medicine, plant medicine. And it's been very valuable. And it's like some things that, like, now I know why my mom would always get ginger when we had upset stomachs. And like, I never knew why she was so focused on ginger. And like, now I know it's stuff like that where you learn, like, oh, this is why my family does this.
Very cool. Now, did she study herbalism, or was that just something that she picked
You
up
know,
along the way,
she
or from her parents, or?
Yeah, it's like, so she grew up on a farm, so they just used a lot of, folk medicine, plant medicine in conjunction with things that everyone else used. But I just think that when you're so much closer to nature, you have more of an opportunity to utilize it.
Right. Well, that's really special. I love that. And how cool that, I feel like you have tapped into a lot of the different realms that all tie in together, like your tea certification and the herbalism and all of these things. That's beautiful. Um, can you tell us more about, like, I guess dig in a little bit deeper about the why, why did you start Rose Glow, and what's, some of the nuance there that you really like to, shine through in your products?
Yeah, I think the main reason I started it is because I wanted people to have like options. Sometimes I feel like you feel powerless when you don't have like options, and when you get like prescribed like a medicine that has a high like addiction rate and horrible side effects, it's nice to have like another option. And I just think with the like opioid crisis as it is, it's nice to like be able to try plant medicine and see if that would work in favor of some other things that are potentially hazardous.
Totally. And I think personally, I mean, I've worked like in dispensaries for a number of years now, and interfacing with a lot of different customers and patients with different needs. I think that here in the Oregon market, where recreational is legal, and medical has been for some time, we don't see a lot of infused tea blends. And I think that just that product on its own would speak to a larger customer base. And so I love that you offer that. I think that's something that's really missing from our market here in Oregon. Just because I see, so many people that are like, oh, I don't want to smoke. I don't want to, inhale this product. Okay, well, try edibles or topicals and things like that. But even with edibles, sometimes, that's a scary thing for people. And it's
Yeah.
like, here's some tea. You don't have to eat a bunch of sugar or sweets. I think that, moving away from sugary treats like cookies and brownies and gummies and things like that, and having another option that's a little more holistic in the sense of what it is, and just
And for
providing
someone
service.
like old school, like my mom, like it wouldn't be anything for someone to see her walking around with a cup of tea. It
No,
doesn't raise any flags, so she could be like as discreet as she wants to be.
totally. And I mean, I think CBD, blended in with those other herbals, you really get that full spectrum, whole plant wellness from it in that sense. Especially, there's something said for being steeped too, as opposed to combusted or decarboxylated. Um, and so I think that your product really has a lot to offer in that sense. Now, do you offer THC blends or just CBD right now?
Just CBD right now. I would have to like expand to a different state to offer THC blends. Um, but it's just CBD for now. And I might try to get into like some adaptogens down the road.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. Um, shameless plug for Tokeativity. We've got our psychedelics and plant medicine Tokeativity social coming up next month in March. And I think that, just expanding on the conversation of other realms of plant medicine outside of cannabis is so important, especially in terms of that holistic wellness and
Mm,
bringing in that full spectrum and calling upon other herbs, other sources of medicine into your wellness is so beautiful when they can all come together and work in conjunction. I think that's really special. So that makes me excited for what you've got to come in the future. um,
thanks.
Adaptogens, I have a cocoa blend that I drink almost every morning that's pretty much replaced coffee for me just because I love it.
Oh, wow. That's
And
great.
yeah, and it's full of adaptogenic mushrooms and things like that. And so, very excited for that prospect. Um, and curious to know of the products that you make, which one is your favorite and why?
Um, so I think my favorite is the rooibos tea, just because of my memory attached to that one. Even though I do have a memory attached to my green tea because I got to go where it's grown and processed, but just the rooibos. I like making like chai teas with it. I like making like syrups with it, cookies with it. So it's definitely my favorite, and it's like gorgeous, like ruby brick red color. It's great.
Oh, fun. I love that. And I guess I'm not much of a baker myself. I don't think about or haven't ever thought about like infusing tea into like baked goods, like things like cookies and stuff like that. So that's a fun idea.
Yeah, it's delicious.
I love that. Do you offer any kind of like inspiration or ideas like this on your website or if people buy your products?
If I remember to like document things, I'm really bad about like taking pictures with my camera. So if I remember to document, I'll try to put it up. My website has a little blog where I like to post things that I try or do with tea. But yeah, definitely baking with tea is fun. You should try it. You should try it.
Cool. I absolutely will. I've never like that has never even crossed my mind. I love loose leaf tea. I drink it quite often, but like that's the
Well,
extent of
I
what I've
think
ever thought to do with it. Put it in my steeper
yeah,
bowl and off we
the
go.
first thing I made with tea was probably like Earl Grey cupcakes, and they were really good.
Whoa.
You can
Well,
use, like, the citrusy frosting to bring out the bergamot, and it's, like, great.
oh my gosh, Earl Grey, like a nice lemon fog is one of my favorite beverages. And so I might have to try that. Yum. Okay. So your help me pronounce that.
Rooibos.
Rooibos. Thank you. Rooibos tea blend. Is there a special name for that, or is that what people can look for on your
Oh,
website?
it's called Breathe because of the antispasmodic properties and natural muscle relaxant properties. It's good for those with, asthma, or if you have any respiratory, like, issues, it's said to help.
Cool. Excellent. Well, that's very, very cool. How many different blends do you offer?
So I have 3 teas. I have my rooibos, blend, which is Breathe. I have my Gyokuro green tea, which is Revitalize, and my Seichung oolong tea, which is Sunset. But I also have a bath tea called Mermaid Water. It turns the water blue because I use, pea flower, but it doesn't stay in the tub. I tried it on 3 different tubs just to make sure.
Brilliant. Very fun. So that's just like a soaking blend?
Yeah, so you can use it in the bathtub or as a foot soak.
Well, can you drink it?
I don't think it would taste good. You wouldn't it wouldn't taste good.
Well, it tastes good. Okay, okay. Um, and then I guess what are you most excited about for the future of Rose Glow?
Um, I think like meeting I've been meeting like more like really cool people lately and more people that um are like open-minded and want to collaborate. So I think that what I'm looking for the most is like these collaborations that I have coming up. I just like, you know, being around new energy as woo as that sounds, but I just think that that's like one of the benefits of being a small business owner is like I might not have like, you know, a bunch of revenue, but I get to meet some really cool people.
Oh, I love that, and I think that it definitely does not sound woo-woo, and if it does, we're here for that. I think collaboration is, one of the most beautiful pieces and can really, foster just some of the greatest ideas and processes and products that come from that. It's like, oh, you're great and you've got this tea and now you're collaborating with this other company that's got this, really cool thing and now like come together in this beautiful way to make something even better.
Yeah, I just love that. Like I feel like I've been blessed with that, at least just having like these awesome people aligned in my path somehow. I feel like very blessed.
Wow, good. I love that. And I know that you're talking about being a small business owner in DC. I know you just maybe were featured in a pretty cool mural.
I was. That was great. Yeah, so I'm a part of Black Girl Ventures. And myself and 5 other women were selected to be on a mural in Brookland, DC. Our mural says community or nothing because a lot of times, like being people of color, you have to rely on your community to help you get started in business, to help you um, gather like money or loans from friends and family. You kind of have to rely on each other. So it was an honor to be featured in that mural and to be around like other women that are doing amazing things. I just saw one of them today. So it was great and humbling and then like a little weird to see your face really big in a building. So
Yeah, I can't imagine, but how cool. Where can people check that out if they're visiting DC?
if you are in Brooklyn, DC, it's on Monroe Avenue. I don't remember the exact date, but it's the McKinsey Real Estate Group. It's their building. So it's on the
Very
side of
cool.
their building.
Very cool. Well, I look forward to seeing that in person someday. I know I've seen pictures. It's beautiful, but I would love to see that. That is so special.
Thanks.
Um, and good timing. I know we're recording this now in February for Black History Month. Women's Month is coming up. So what a cool thing to launch and to have memorialized forever.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good feeling. Yeah, it's a great feeling.
Absolutely, and for a cannabis company,
Yeah, and like,
that's
like yeah. And some of the council members still come to like other pop-ups I'm at. They're really supportive.
see, this is amazing. This is what this is for, this work. Just really, breaking through those barriers and moving forward as a female business owner, as a BIPOC business owner, as a cannabis business owner. That is so awesome. And I'm so proud of you. And I just love,
Thanks.
sky's the limit. It's amazing.
I'm
Uh,
hoping. Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to highlight about your brand before we jump off here, or something a
Um,
little nugget for the community to hold on to, tips and tricks to do the tea?
oh yeah, I'll be doing some more virtual classes. So if you check my website under my blog area, I'll list when I solidify some dates for some virtual classes. I know I'm going to have a Kashmiri pink chai class, and I'm going to have a tea and cocktails class again. So I'm looking forward
Very
to
cool. I know you've done that in the past, and so that's something that's kind of ongoing that folks can tap into to learn more and kind of inspire some fun at home.
Yeah, I'll be using cherry blossoms. So it's going to be in the
Ooh,
spring.
perfect time of year in the spring to collect all those blossoms. I know that they like rain the streets here in Oregon in the spring. It's so gorgeous.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. They're ornamental cherries, but I mean they go wild here in the next like end of March, early April, and
Yeah,
then it just
that's
like rains
great.
the street white and pink. It's so cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Fallon, for taking the time to join me today. I really appreciate that. Such a joy to spend time with you and get to know you more and learn about Rose Glow. I'm excited to like bake some shit with tea.
Thanks for having me. It's been so great, and Tokeativity has supported me like since I started, so it's nice. This is
Oh, yeah,
nice.
well, we love you. And just the energy that you bring, and you're so much fun, and we can't wait to, collaborate on more things in the future and, just keep working. Love it.
Thanks
Thanks.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much, Fallon. You have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye, everybody.